Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to have a look at LLM Image Indexer, which is a free open source tool that lets you arrange your images in terms of keywords and labels. What it does is that it takes as an input folder of images or directory of images, and then it creates keywords for them and put those keywords into the image metadata. There is no database, everything gets stored in the file. You can use any app or any program that can read image metadata afterwards to sort them, search them, or categorize them. The story behind this tool, as I said, is quite interesting. So the creator of this tool does a lot of electronic repair. And while doing those repairs, one very important step is to document whenever you put the thing back together so that you can reference it. So that is how he managed to gather a lot of folders full of images and generically named pictures of random circuit boards, and that is where this idea of tool popped up and he has created it. As it's an open source tool, MIT license, which is quite liberal, and but it's a very new project, so expect some hiccups here and there. But in this video, we are going to install it on Windows and then we will play around with it. Also, you can install it on Linux and Mac, but we are going to install it on the Windows. So let's go and try to get installed. Before I do that, let me introduce you to our very good friends at AgentQL who are sponsoring this video. AgentQL is a query language for extracting data from web pages quickly, easily, and at scale. You can use the Python SDK to run your queries in production using Playwright and use the browser-based debugger for optimizing queries in real time on any web page. AgentQL is a robust alternative to fragile XPath and DOM CSS selectors, as it uses the power of AI to analyze the page structure to find the data you are looking for. I will also drop the link to their website in video description, so do check them out. Okay, let's go back to our tool, which is this. Now let's try to get this thing installed. There are few prerequisites which you need to make. They're not many, don't worry too much about it. The only thing you would need is a recent version of Python. So that is what you need to check. So click on the bottom left and then maybe just launch your PowerShell and then open it as an administrator. And that is opened. Second, just type python -- version. And you can see that I have Python 3.12 installed. If you don't know how to install it, then please search my channel. I already have shown you how to install it, or just Google or use any web browser to search for Python for Windows and then download the exe and do next. It is going to install the Python on your local system. So Python is it. Second thing you would need to do is to download this or clone this Lava Image Tagger or LLM Image Indexer. I think the creator of this tool is still in double minds what to call it, because you see the name of the repo is Lava Image Tagger, whereas the tool itself says Llama Image Indexer, something like that. Okay, anyway, doesn't matter. So in order to clone it, you would need Git, but if you just want to download this tool, just click on this green button from the repo, and I will drop the link to the repo in video description too. So once you click it, just scroll down and then click on download zip and download it on your local system. As you can see, it has already been downloaded. So let me open that directory. And I have unzipped that directory which I have just downloaded, and you can see these are the contents of it. So that is cool. So we already have it on our local system. Just let's go back to PowerShell and maybe cd to that directory, which is this one. And if you do dir here, this is a whole content of this directory. Now, if you're running Linux, then instead of running this bat file, you would need to run this sh file. But let's hold on. Let's clear the screen here. Let's go back to our browser. Now, another thing which we would need is this Kobold CPP. So this is primarily, you can say that the backend which actually runs your LLMs, because everything is happening through large language models here. So we also need to run this. The good thing about this Kobold CPP is that it's a single exe file which runs the models in quantized or small formats in your local system. So you see there are a lot of uh, exists here as per operating system. I'm just making it smaller so that you would be able to see it. So this is a version. So if I just scroll down, you will see these are the assets. So whatever operating system you're running, just download it accordingly. So I'm just going to go with this exe file. You can even go with no CUDA exe or Kobold CPP CUDA exe1, because I have CUDA installed. So CUDA is an open source software from NVIDIA which powers your GPU. So if you have a GPU on your system, then go with CUDA. If you don't have GPU, go with this one. This is going to use just the CPU for it. So but I would highly suggest that you go with the GPU, because GPU makes it faster and everything remains your VRAM. On this system, I have uh, one GPU card of 24 GB of VRAM, and my memory is 32 GB. So let me download this CUDA 12.exe here. So I'm just going to right click on this Kobold CPP, save link as, and I'm going to save it in my directory where I have installed that index, the tool, the one with lava image dagger main. So I'm just going to save this exe here. It is going to, it's a very lightweight one, as you can see, just over 559 MB. Also, if you want to check if you have CUDA installed, simply go to your terminal in PowerShell and do nvcc-version, and you can see that I'm running this CUDA version at the moment, 12.6. And it is always a good idea to go with the recent version of CUDA. Also, this is the directory where we have all the files of this lava image dagger, and this is the Kobold CPP which we have downloaded. Make sure that this is named as Kobold CPP.exe, and everything looks the same, including the case and stuff. Okay, so this is also done, and this completes all the prerequisites. So just to repeat, you would need that zip file which we downloaded, you would need Python for Windows, you would need Kobold CPP, and that's all there is to it. And if you don't have CUDA, just download the CPU one and just rename that file. So I am currently in that, let me clear the screen. I'm currently in that lava image dagger main directory. From there, simply run lmii dash run.bat file. So we need to run this bat file, and I think I would just need to make sure the slashes are correct, because this is Windows, not Linux. So I'm just going to, sorry, not this one, my apologies. So let me give the correct path. I always get confused around these slashes. So this is the file name which we need to run, /LLM -run.batch file, and this is going to first download and install exif tool, which just deals with the file metadata. So let me run it. Now sometimes it installs it and sometimes it doesn't, and that is why I really don't use Windows that much, because installing all of these dependencies is a real pain in the back. Anyway, so it's very easy on Linux and Mac, by the way, especially on Linux. So in this case, if it gives you this error, just go to exiftool.org, and from there just select your operating system. So we are on Windows, and then it says that we just need to go to this exif tool homepage. From there we just need to download this tool, and then we just need to run it. So because I have this Windows 64-bit, so I'm just going to save it on my desktop. So maybe I'll just save it in this, yeah, let's do it in the lava image dagger main. Let's wait for it to get downloaded, shouldn't take too long. It is still downloading. Let's open that directory, and then I'm just going to extract it here. That is done. It has created this folder, and then let's click on this exiftool.exe. It is going to install it. So I'm just going to press tab, and then keep pressing this tab. It's going to take a bit of a time, and then you just need to press enter here. And that has finished installing exif tool. That is all you needed to do. Let's go back to our PowerShell and clear the screen. And now run this bat file again. And you can see that now it is saying that EXIF tool is already installed, creating new virtual environment. So let's wait for it to create this virtual environment through Python and install all the requirements. This is going to take a couple of minutes or so. And then the first time it is going to install these, download this NLTK data, and then it is going to launch that Kobold CPP, as you can see. Also, it is downloading this mini CPM-V model, which is a very good vision model. We have covered it on the channel quite extensively. So it is using downloading the quantized format of it. And I agree with the creator of this model that this is the best vision model in the quantized format at the moment, which you can use locally. So I have tried it out with Olama too, works like a charm. So for this one, because this tool does is it goes into the folder, check out your image files, does tries to understand them with the vision capabilities of this mini CPM, and then it tries to create the metadata out of it. So right now it is downloading that model with the help of Kobold CPP. So let's wait for it. And then behind that window, you will see that it has also launched this image indexer GUI. So if I just make it larger, you will see that it has this directory where your images are. So maybe I'll just go and select the directory from my desktop. I just created a directory called as my images, and I have put in some random images in there. So I'm just going to select this folder, and this is the API URL where the Kobold CPP is running. I don't have any password. And then if you want, you can also give any captioning instructions, but let's keep it the way it is at the moment. That describe the image in detail, be specific, and then there are few instructions. Let's keep them as is. There are few other options where you can specify, like if you want to skip processing where it is not working, and then there is a dry run or pretend mode where it doesn't really do anything. And then if it fails, you can check this box to reprocess any file. You can skip subdirectories and so on and so forth. And then in order to run it, you can just click on this run image indexer. And once you start this image indexer on that directory, it is guess it says it has been retried. Maybe my files are not good enough. Let's see what has happened here. Let's go up. It says cannot parse keywords. Okay, so I think because these are the keywords, let me try to name them properly. So I have named them just randomly like what they are, these ones. Let's run the image indexer again. So it is running the image indexer. It is going through that, and it should create a JSON file with all the metadata and stuff. So you see, this time it was able to do it. I think it still wasn't able to process these three due to some reason. I think it will be good to get more information around it as what exactly happened here. Anyways, it has finished. Let's open that directory, and you should be able to find some metadata there in that directory. So let me quickly open that. Where are my images? These are my images. Let me make it bigger, and this is where we have our JSON file. Let's try to open it with some text editor. I'm just going to use a notepad maybe. There you go. So you see, if I just make it a bit bigger, this is what you can parse with any of the tool there. There are some files which have failed, and then it hasn't given me any error why they have failed, which is quite interesting. So what I have done is I have closed everything, like all the windows. I relaunched the PowerShell, and I have started it again. So let's see what happens now. It is still processing. It is doing something, it seems, this time. So let's wait for it. And meanwhile, if you want to see the progress, you can open the PowerShell window, and you will see that it is doing something there. If there would be any error, I believe you will see them here. Anyway, so let's see. I think we can ignore this one because we already have this software running on our desktop. Anyway, so let's wait for this one to finish. I have given it just few images just to make it quick. And this time it has worked. So it was able to recognize the image that this is um, a, because it's a mosque. The first image was shahi.png. It is telling that it is religious, domes, plaza, brick, and all the keywords with it, which is really good. It has even identified that it's a mosque. Processing time. Then next one is cathedral. Again, it has identified it's a cathedral, European, tall, travel, very nice, architectural. And then if you go to that directory, you will see that it has also named it original. And then this is quite interesting. If you open this JSON file, you will see that there are few of the identifiers which you can easily use it in your code. Let me now give it more images here and see what happens. Okay, so now what I have done is, instead of naming the files by myself, I have just given it some random numeric formats to see how it does. So I'm just going to close this, select the directory again, and where is my images? So this is my images, select folders. I'll just keep everything as is and click on run image indexer. Now what is happening behind the scene is that it is crawling through this directory tree. It is finding the images. It is sending the images to the Kobold CPP API. It is asking the vision model, which is a mini CPM, to create a caption for the image, keywords for the images, or both. It takes whatever output the model gives and figures out if it is usable or if the model is just explaining why keywords are good or something. If the model is producing garbage, it tries again one more time. If it could, it writes a metadata to the image file, including a unique ID and an entry in the text JSON file in the root folder that lets us know we have done this file in case we need to quit and come back. When finished, it can take all the generated keywords, and after deduplicating them or depluralizing them, it expands them so that all the images with synonyms of other keywords get each other synonyms. And then, or in other words, it simply deduplicates them by finding the synonyms and replacing all of them with the most frequently used synonyms. That is all it is doing. So as you can see, it is taking a bit of a time because the number of images are more and their naming convention is not that good, and some of the images are not of that good quality. But I just want to see how it works with different kinds of images. So let's wait for it to finish. And now it is running and doing something, but it is taking long time. You see, it is telling me that the total time remaining is 62 minutes. It's all running local. GPU is good, but still, anyway, but doing good. So for example, if I just take you this one.png, the first image, if I open this image for you, so it is just my YouTube thumbnail with me and some text around it. So if I go back to this tool and we see it, it is telling me instructional, laptop, dark hair, Microsoft logo, text space, man, yellow background, software tutorial, which is middle-aged, blue sweater. So tags are quite good, which really is really good stuff. So really like it. Now similarly, you see, let me open this 2.png. So let's open this 2.png. Again, this is just a lake. And then if I go to the sorry, here it says ice, snow, frozen blue, glacier, green lake, all that stuff. Let's check out the 3.png. So there are two people here. Let's see what it says. It says outdoor, two people, friendship, canyon, fall, casual wear, women in white, so walking, it's clear skies, women in blue, very nice. So see, really good stuff, and it is going to take an hour. I'm not going to wait for that long, but the tool works, and I really like the tool, I guess. Just a very nifty little tool which lets you arrange your images if you have thousands of them, but going to take long. I think performance could be improved. That is my 2 cents there, and I will drop the link to it in video description. Play around with it. Let me know what do you think. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.